The Cooler Master Centurion 5 case comes with an optional fan filter. It has mounting holes in the corner, so you can install it either as a filter for the optional top fan, or even better, at the bottom as a filter for your power supply's intake. So just slide it in place and make sure it is secured before you slide in your power supply. Since there is a ventilation at the bottom, it is advisable to mount your power supply with a fan facing downward, and then take your power supply and make sure that it fits on these. There are actually raised areas to put in your power supply. So we're going to take this Cooler Master 800 watt Silent Pro Gold power supply. Make sure fit it properly. If you just push it, it won't match the mounting area, so make sure you place it properly. If you notice that it doesn't sit directly right beside the motherboard tray, so there's actually areas to route more cables and on the back of that power supply. Screw at the back so you can continue on with your installation. To install a 3.5-inch hard drive, take two of the tool-free hard drive rails, attach it to the side of your hard drive, and you can simply slide it into place. Cooler Master provides an optional security loop for your case. Simply take this little piece of metal, slide it inside your case so that it comes out of that little slit, and then screw from the side. To install SSD or 2.5-inch drive into the Cooler Master Centurion 5 case, you'd use the hard drive rack supplied by Cooler Master. This hard drive rack is secured at the bottom with screws, and as you can see on the mounting holes, it supports also 1.8-inch drives. Attach your toolless mounting rails on the side. And then slide it in place. Before you can install an external device, you must first remove the front panel. Simply lift at the front and pull from the bottom part. Then you have it removed. As you can see, the back of the front panel has filters all over, including the front 140mm fan and the drive bay covers at the top. Before you can proceed with your drive bay installation, make sure to take out the appropriate drive bay cover. Simply push the latches on each side apart from each other while pushing the drive bay cover inside. Each drive bay cover has a foam filter and fully perforated. The I/O module is secured by two screws on each side and can be moved to any of the external drive bays. To install an optical device or any 5.25-inch device, knock out these metal bay covers and then slide it in place. Use the tool-free locking mechanism to secure it. The metal coverings that were in place there can be put back in case you need to using screws. Lock it in place. For 3.5-inch external devices, Cooler Master has provided this adapter so you can install your floppy or any external 3.5-inch device. Simply attach your device and screw it in place on the adapter, and then lock it in place like you would the 5.25-inch external device. To install your motherboard on the Cooler Master Centurion 5 case, Cooler Master has provided motherboard standoffs. There is also a motherboard hole index on the tray itself etched in there. You can read that there is a Macro ATX guide, and each hole corresponds to a specific letter. And in the guide, it tells you which one you need to install the motherboard standoffs to. For example, for ATX, you need to install it on hole A, B, C, D, E, F, J, K, and L. So that's what we will do. To make motherboard installation easier, Cooler Master has provided this tool, which is a hexagonal socket. Can be used to install your motherboard standoffs easier instead of getting a pliers or a long nose device, you can just put it in the socket and then screw it in place with a Phillips head screwdriver. Before proceeding with motherboard installation, keep in mind that the standoffs provided in the Cooler Master Centurion 5.2 case use this specific type of screw. The typical motherboard screw will not fit. The Cooler Master Centurion 5.2 case has an aftermarket heatsink CPU height clearance of up to 165 millimeters. So even the very large 162mm Cooler Master V6 GT can fit inside. The Cooler Master Centurion 5.2 case has a video card length clearance of up to 270mm. So installing this power color PCS Plus 6970 video card will take a little bit of maneuvering. As you can see, you can't just directly put it in since the side will touch. So what you have to do is tilt it a bit upwards. Make sure you clear that side and then push it into place. You have the option of securing the video card with a screw to reinforce the tool-free option, although the tool-free option itself is very sturdy and can hold up such a heavy video card. The video card itself, although very long and takes a little bit of maneuvering to install, does not touch the hard drive cage and actually has about 3mm of clearance. As you can see, we have assembled our test system inside the Cooler Master Centurion 5.2 case, and it has a pretty decent cable management system. Despite lacking the cable routing cutout on the right side of the 24-pin motherboard power connector, you can just simply route that thick cable downward and to the back of the hard drive area. Also, the 4-pin or 8-pin motherboard connector on the upper left-hand corner can be routed to the area at the top, even though it doesn't have a dedicated cutout for that. You can use the aftermarket heatsink backplate cutout. It has enough clearance to route a thick cable like an 8-pin or a 4-pin motherboard CPU power. Now let's take a look at the other side and see what our cable management looks like from there. As you can see, the cable tie-downs provided by Cooler Master in conjunction with the cable management loops on the back of your motherboard tray are very convenient in keeping all your cables well organized. At the lower right hand corner, this cable routing hole is convenient for routing the front panel audio cable. Instead of cluttering it at the front, this also can be used to route your 4-pin or 8-pin motherboard connector and route the remaining a few millimeter clearance at the top of your CPU cutout plate. Unfortunately, the distance between the motherboard tray and the right side panel is only a centimeter thick, so we can't route our 24-pin power cable into this large cutout. Now let's fire up the system and see what it looks and sounds like.